Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. There's something I want to talk about, and that is note on random discrete. And shout out to Virtual Riot for basically requesting this function before or during the process of making Serum 2. This is a really game changer of a function, and many of you are already aware of this function. So we're gonna really break down, well, not break down, but what we're gonna do is we're going to really take a deep dive on the endless possibilities that you can do with this function. With this, I'm going to show you guys a really cool preset, a few of them actually, that I was able to utilize this function and create infinite amount of bass sounds. And because of this, I'm able to create drops very quickly. So without further ado, let's get started. We're using Logic Pro, so let's go. I have Serum 2 queued up here, and we're gonna do everything in Serum 2. No third party, just everything in Serum 2. So if you have Serum 2, you can copy what I do, and this won't take long to make. Basically what I'm going to be making is a phase generator. Um, here's here's an example of that. I have a preset called phaser random, and basically every time I press a note, it changes the texture, it changes the speed of the bass, and it can do a lot of great things. So let's go ahead and make this real quick. So we're going to start off with oscillator A. We're going to create a square wave, simple square wave, and we're going to give it a unison of 5 voices, and we're just going to slightly detune it, like somewhere around there, so we get some stereo width going on. We're going to go to our filter here. We're going to make sure that oscillator A is balanced for both filter 1 and filter 2. Turn on filter 1. We're going to go to normal. We're going to go to bandpass, and we're going to boost the drive and the resonant peak just slightly, somewhere like right there. Something like that. You don't want to go anywhere lower than 200 hertz. I'd probably start like somewhere like 240. And we're going to take LFO1 and we're going to modulate this. We're going to give it like a slight low modulation, and we're going to create this kind of curve here. Oh, we're also going to turn the rate down to like 1 bar. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, we're going to mod source note, and then Serum 1 had note on random 1 and 2. Note on random discrete is a new feature that allows you to basically randomize as many parameters as you want. So we're not only limited to just 2 note on randoms, we can do it at, all the time. So as you can see in the wave here, it has different starting positions. Now, it does go a little too extreme on the cutoff, so we're going to go into the matrix, and we're going to just bring it down to like somewhere around there, the 2000 hertz. So it kind of, I probably can bring it down just a tad bit more, something like that. So it doesn't go too off in the cutoff right here to the high pass right here. Looks good. We're going to turn on filter 2. This one, we're going to go to miscellaneous. We're going to do band reject. We're going to turn up the width, about like right there. Turn up the resonant, really turn it up. Now we're starting to get those vowel-y sounds. So what we're also going to do is we're going to take the same LFO, modulate the cutoff, and modulate the width. We're going to make it very subtle modulations. And we're also going to go to mod source, go to note on random discrete for both the cutoff and the width. Now, obviously, we don't want it too extreme, so we want to kind of dial it back the same amount as the other note on random discretes. Something, something around here. So we're already getting that generated randomness within the square right now. So this is perfect. You can mess with the resonance if you want to, but I think I like it for what it is. I'm going to go ahead and turn on mono legato and portamento time to about 160 milliseconds so we can have that bass glide. That always, it just brings more variety and movement to the sound. And I guess we can turn on white noise, but actually we'll come back to that. Let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, let's go to the effects. So the reason why I called the preset phaser is because we're going to take a phaser effect and this is going to be the main star of the show here. We're going to turn the rate down, the depths, we're going to turn the first one down, turn the first one up, and we're going to dial the feedback up just a little bit, around like close to 90%. The poles here, we're going to boost it to 18 poles. And we have this frequency knob here, which is really cool. We're going to put a note on random discrete on that too. And let's see. And we're going to turn the phase down to 0. So we're already getting like kind of different kind of sounds with that. All right. Next thing we're going to do is delay. Turn on sync. Go to milliseconds. We're going to put it down to 16 milliseconds for the left and right ear, and then we're going to put it to ping pong mode just for that metallic effect. Next, we're going to get distortion. We're going to use tube distortion, and we're going to boost the drive all the way up. So, very simple. We're going to get an EQ, and we're going to take away the low end. We're going to replace it with a sub when we get back to the oscillator page. 210 is fine. And we're going to boost the high shelf just a little bit. And we're going to top it off with a multi-band compressor by dipping down the threshold a bit and boosting the gain to around 2 decibels. Ooh, sounds great. And that's all you have to do here. So now we're going to open up oscillator B here. We're going to change it from main to direct out. This oscillator will act as our sub. I like using one of these as a sub oscillator instead of the regular sub oscillator because you have more functions to make it more saturated and make it more pronounced. So we got a simple sine wave here. We're going to turn down the random to 0. We're going to use one of the warp modes, go to distortion, go to tube, and we're going to put it to like around 80%. Give it like that kind of square-ish shape. So now we got that nice sub here. And we can turn on white noise for like extra fizziness. Something like that, right? So LFO2. We're going to turn down the level of both oscillator A, B, and the noise oscillator, and we're going to use LFO2 to modulate the shape of the sound. See, LFO1 is the movement of the sound. LFO2 is going to be the shape of the sound. So we're going to give it like something like this. And I'm going to dial these back, at least the oscillators back down to 75% how we had it, because I kind of like that level. The noise, we're going to put it to like 30%. I think that sounds pretty good. So we're going to dial the rate down to a bar. So, and we're also going to do note on random discrete on this as well. Go into the matrix, scroll down for a bit. And as you can see, it goes from 1 bar to super fast. We want to kind of consolidate it down to 30-second notes. So already right there, we have some really cool results. And this little guy, this point right here, we're also going to put a note on random. How you do that? You go to modulate curves, LFO bus 1, note on random discrete. So this is going to move up and down in different positions every time I press a note. That comes in handy on a lot of things. You could also, you can modulate it to like a lot of parameters, and you can really have fun with that. Last thing that I'm gonna do, I love doing this. We're gonna go to the mixed tab here, the mix tab, and we're going to up bus 1, and we're gonna go back into the effects tab. We're gonna go to bus 1, and we're gonna get a delay, do a ping pong effect. And then we're going to get a filter, a bandpass filter, like so, and boost the drive and the resonant peak, like somewhere like this. Well, maybe not so much the resonant peak, just kind of boost the drive up a bit, something like that. We'll put the cutoff like up here maybe. Actually, let's boost the res and then turn down the drive so slightly. Turn down the feedback in the mix a little bit. We can also add a reverb. Turn up the width. We can turn down the size. I love creating a bus where there's like a reverb / delay tail on the end so that the bass isn't like completely dry. Plus it's like a nice added effect when it comes to making drops, which I'll show you in a bit. If it's too much, you could always pull down the bus. That sounds really dope. And that's how you build the preset. Like, obviously, this is just the, foundation of it. You can really mess around and do some really crazy things. Now, mind you, this is just a square wave. So we can take away the fundamental too. I forgot to mention, take away the fundamental. You go into the wave editor. This is like good for like square 4 rhythm. So now here's where the fun really comes in. We can change the waves and get different results. So let's use Wavetables because they have some really cool harmonics in there. We're gonna take LFO1 and modulate the wavetable position, so slightly like this. And let's turn on smooth interpolation, and let's also put note on random discrete. I mean, that's just... I mean, I can go on and on with this. I'll just kind of keep that right there. In conclusion, let's just make like a simple... I'm gonna make a simple dubstep. Make a simple drum loop here. Nothing too crazy. And let's make the hi-hats. Cool. All right, and let's just loop it. All right, so now like, and if you want, you can also like do some more processing if you want to. Like how I would process these is I'd add more saturation here. Get some OTT to have some even balance with the... We'll probably do like 25%, something like that. Turn the time down to like 70 or so. Add some soothe. Like that. Another channel EQ just to make sure that the sub stays mono. So I kind of like do like a hard cut in the 100 hertz here. 100 or 90, it don't matter. Like that's kind of crazy, right? Let's change the wavetable to something else. Like that's crazy. You guys get the point. I mean, you can go on forever and ever with something like this. Let me show you a track that I'm currently working on. So as you can see, this is the drop section here. All these are audio stems from this one MIDI channel here. Oh, hold on. Make sure my multimeter is on, so I got a C. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is practically the same thing, except I kind of added a few things. I added a ring mod and a flanger to give it more, some more textures going around. But, oh, the bus is actually right here. But here is a drop that I made. And all of these basses came from this one channel. All I did is, because the bass is randomized and, you know, it's a generator, I can just create MIDI patterns and then just, you know, stem them as audio or bounce them as audio, and then just create something with it. Like here's an example. Like if I made a third section, right? And here's the here's one of the audio stems. We'll just focus on this. So this one, this is the pattern. It's like this is potentially supposed to be like a growl, but I don't get a growl every time, so I have to like keep generating it just to get something else. And then this will be like the sequence, the little pattern, and then this is like a turnaround, like reboot section where the sequence, the whole thing starts all over again. So if I were to take this and I bounce it as audio, I'll get something like this. Like, look how, like, that's crazy. And if you don't like it, you just rebounce it again until you get something that you like. You know, you just keep on redoing it. Like, that's crazy. This is like a cheat code for making drops, and you don't have to do the whole create 10 to 20 channels of the same preset and then slightly tweaking it here, slightly changing the automation. You can just do this and make a whole drop. That's what I did with this drop. I literally just keep rendering out this simple pattern until I got a result that I like, and I just stitched it together. So yeah, new ways of making basses in 2025. Also, the cool thing is too, you can, if you guys are like sample pack type of people, like you like creating sample packs, this is another easy way of making sample packs on the fly, like really quickly. So, I mean, all you gotta do is just keep pressing, just keep pressing a note, and you'll get a different result every time. Change the wavetable, you'll get a different result. You can add more effects into the effects section to get more texture, or you can just play around with it. Like, note on random discrete is a very powerful function in Serum 2, and I feel like not a lot of people utilize it the way you can. But anyway, shout out to Virtual Riot one more time for requesting this function. Yeah, that's it for the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more tips and tricks on dubstep production or bass design. Just let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Take care.